We are now already at the last subtopic of the chapter 3. This subtopic will focus on the measurement of variables. Measurement of variables. Variables must be measured in some way to be able to test the hypothesis and find answer to the research questions. Measurement is the assignment of numbers or other symbols to characteristics or attributes of objects according to a pre-specified set of rules. Objects include persons, strategic business units, companies, countries, and so on. Example of characteristics of objects are arousal-seeking tendency, achievement motivation, organizational effectiveness, shopping enjoyment, length, weight, ethnic diversity, service quality, conditioning effects, and taste. Operationalization consists of 4 elements. The first one is construct. It is a generalized idea about a class of objects, attributes, occurrences, or processes. Second is operational definition. It gives meaning to a concept by specifying the activities or operations necessary to measure it. Third is dimensions. Is broad characteristics to ensure coverage or scope of the concept. And the last is elements. It is a specific items about the identified measurement which are easily measured. Scaling. Scale is a tool or mechanism by which individuals are distinguished as to how they differ from one another on the variables of interest to our study. It allows us to perform statistical analysis on the resulting data, to test the hypothesis that we have developed, and to facilitate the communication of our research results. There are 4 types of scale, which are nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. The first type of scale is nominal scale. It allows the researcher to assign subjects to certain categories or groups. It categorizes individuals or objects into mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive groups. For example, gender, male and female. Second is ordinal scale. It not only categorizes variables in such a way as to denote differences among various categories, it also ranks orders categories in some meaningful way. It provides more information than nominal scale, but does not give any indication of the magnitude of the differences among the ranks. For example, level of education. The third type of scale is interval scale. It allows us to measure the distance between any 2 points on the scale. It helps researchers to compute mean and standard deviation to measure magnitude of the differences in the preferences among individuals. And the last type of scale is ratio scale. It overcomes the disadvantage of the arbitrary origin point of the interval scale, in that it has an absolute 0 point, which is a meaningful measurement point. It measures the magnitude of the differences between points on the scale and taps the proportions in the differences. Goodness of measures. It ensures that the instrument we develop to measure a particular concept is indeed accurately measuring the variable. Goodness of data consists of 2 concepts, reliability and validity, which we will discuss further in the next slide. Validity is a test of how well an instrument that is developed measures the particular concept it is intended to measure. There are 8 types of validity, which are content validity, phase validity, criterion-related validity, concurrent validity, predictive validity, construct validity, convergent validity, and discriminant validity. Reliability. Reliability of measure indicates extent to which it is without bias and hence ensures consistent measurement across time, stability, and across the various items in the instrument, internal consistency. In other words, reliability is a test of how consistently a measuring instrument measures whatever concept it is measuring, stability, and internal consistency. Reliability measures stability and internal consistency. Stability is the ability of a measure to remain the same over time despite uncontrollable testing conditions or the state of the respondents themselves. There are 2 methods to measure stability. First is test-retest reliability, the reliability coefficient obtained with a repetition of the same measure on a second occasion. Second method is parallel form reliability. Responses on two comparable sets of measure tapping the same construct are highly correlated. Next is internal consistency. It is an indicative of the homogeneity of the items in the measure that tap the construct. There are also two methods to measure internal consistency. The first method is inter-item consistency reliability. This is a test of the consistency of respondents' answer to all the items in a measure. The most popular test of inter-item consistency reliability is the Cronbach coefficient alpha. Second method is split half reliability. Split half reliability reflects the correlations between two halves of an instrument. As a conclusion, this slide presents a comprehensive research design framework outlining key components and steps in conducting a research study. It covers research strategies, extent of researcher interference, study setting, unit of analysis, time horizon, data collection methods, sampling design, measurement, and data analysis. This framework guides researcher in planning and executing a methodologically sound study. We have reached to the end of this video. Thank you everyone for listening. I hope you find this video informative and useful. Have a good day everyone. Bye!